Right, so the next step is we're going to start making our letters a little bit more interesting. So if I just select any one of these letters, I go along here to the Modifier panel, which is the second tab along, go to the bit where it says Modifier List and click the down arrow, and you'll see in this list there are all sorts of things, and these are all things which you can use to modify the selected object. Now, only some of these are going to be useful to us for animation purposes, so let me introduce you to a few of them and how they work, and then you can have a play and decide how you might like to modify your letters. So let's go down to the Bend modifier, click Bend. You can see now we've still got our mesh underneath, which is the shape itself, but we now get a set of parameters here which we can use to bend the mesh. And if I change the angle here, looks a little bit odd initially because of the direction in which it's bending, but I can change the direction. So let's change the direction to Y, and I can change it so it bends like that. Now you can only get so far just using the axes here, so if I do X, you can see it bends like that. But if I wanted to do this one, but instead of that coming towards and away from us, I can actually change the direction of the bend here by dragging this value up and down, and you can see it changes the way in which it's bending. So if I want it to bend towards us, then I just need to go to about -90, and then you can see it bends away and towards us like so. So that's bend. If I don't like the modifier here, I can just click the delete button here to get rid of that modifier. Don't hit the delete key, otherwise it will get rid of your whole letter. So what else have we got? We've got melt. Melt might be quite fun depending on what you want to do. You can melt it, but again the axis is wrong, so let's change it to Y and see if that works. Oh yeah, look at that. It melts it into a puddle on the floor. Okay. Let's get rid of melt. Another one which you could try is push. And I'll put all of these on a slide in a minute so you can try them yourself at the end of the video. Push basically makes it fatter or thinner. Which is quite neat. Relax. Turn up the number of iterations, and it will basically soften your shape. If you keep relaxing it far enough, it will basically go down to something that's nearly a circle. Skew basically gives it a kind of a lean. If I did it in X, okay. You've got squeeze and stretch. Squeeze doesn't tend to work that well, but stretch is a nice one. You can stretch it. And if I change the direction again, well, that's quite nice, isn't it? You can do squashy, stretchy kind of stuff. You can do taper to make it taller and thinner. Again, choose the axis carefully. So that tapers it or widens it. And you can change the axis again, of course. Twist. Again, depending on which axis you're in. So what I'd like you to do now is to select one of your letters and go through and try some of these modifiers and see what you can make happen. And I will leave the modifier list up at the end of the video.